Hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the latest live stream. Live stream 385. Hope all is good. Tonight, talking about Vinted versus eBay with fisticuffs, boom, 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 and with StreamYard thrown in to the effect. Not the same thing, but something I want to talk about. I've got my notes and my lists and all the rest of that. So firstly, we see who's in. Don't forget, I've got Facebook, I've got Instagram, all in the description below. I've got an eBay store and the Ko-Fi page. Find it all in the description below. Pat's popped in first. Hi, Pat. Hope you're well. Antoinette Daly's popped in. Limelight Vinty. We've got Derek. Welcome, Derek. I would be watching one of your barn videos when you edit one and get one out. Could be watching Andrew's video, latest one. Hi, Chris. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. So I'll give it a few more minutes for people to pop in. What do you think about eBay versus Vinted? 3 rounds. Mike Tyson. Boom, boom. What do you think? So all this bits and pieces. I've got bits and pieces to share with you about the private seller fees on eBay, Vinted Pro, and also stuff about StreamYard, which I'll do later on. Let me get your thoughts in the side chat. What do you think about the issues? Like when they sorted out free clothing for private sellers and all that on eBay. It's just an all-out war, online war, to bid for the best place to sell stuff online, your goods. If they want to keep us, they'll have to do something decent, you know. So chat. So we've got 14 watching. Welcome. Oh yes, it was definitely. Yes, it was good to see you as well. I went to another car boot, which is not too far away from where I live, and saw James Balfines. To check his channel out, Bold Crime, because he's doing all about crime on that channel. Check it out. But yeah, I saw James. I saw a local celebrity as well as James, which you could check that video out, which is live on my channel. Limelight Vintage says there, I'm sticking with eBay, but I buy on Vinted and think there are too many scammers and little customer support, which I'll get onto in a bit. But I shall starve that there, because you can star comments. And it should be starred into there, so don't forget. Which is good, because I don't have to get writing things down. So let me know your comments on the eBay facade and now Vinted coming through with their Pro, because they're supposed to do it on the 14th of October, but they brought it forward for some weird reason. Richard popped in. Welcome, Richard. Hope all is good. And randomly today, I've had 4 sales. 4 random sales. Maybe it's the situation. Maybe it isn't. Normally, I can get 1 or 2 every so often. Try and build it up to like at least 2 or 3 a day. But I've been slack recently, family stuff and everything else. So I've sold these. They're Britney Spears CDs. I won't get them up on screen. Britney Spears CDs. Like for example, these random ones. And the one that was broken, the case, I put another case on it because it's going to Mexico. They paid around £8 plus postage to me. GSP, they paid around 27 roughly, what I could work out. I was like, okay, never sent to Mexico before, but sound. And then these £8 plus postage. These are always good to find. Biff chip and Kipper hardback books. They're by Oxford. I had a massive bundle I brought a few months ago, and I split the whole lot into different bundles. Like this is first stories level 1, then you got first stories level 2, etc, etc, etc. And then you got phonics as well. So try to get to level 1 stuff, the first stories and the phonics for that. So that was going locally about 4 or 5 miles down the road. And then I sold this randomly as I because I'd finished against the Britney Spears out of the shed, and then I sold this. It's a Risk board game, bog standard Risk, sold for £20 plus postage. It was all nice and sealed inside. You can see just about there, sealed inside. Sold for £20 plus postage, and going up London. Cause try and get all my board games on, and then as I was doing a little video for Instagram, I'd took an offer on this beer stein from £25 to £20 plus postage, and it's only going not that far really from where I live, Guildford. It's going up Guildford. It had a bent topper on it. Don't read anything into that, but it's a really good one. Something that I would like to collect one day when I got room. I just can't collect everything, as you know. A lot of people have been like condensing their collections, like myself, condensing collections. So it's all very good. So 4 sales today so far. Plenty of time. It just so happens to be on the same day that Vinted Pro comes out, and eBay have been moaning and different things. Everyone else has been moaning as well. Plus, they've been on the old Radio 4, George Ross, and that presenter on Radio 4, she almost called the eBay representative out. Reason being, all to do with the fees, like free fees, because apparently it's private free fees until January or something. Then where they're going to do with fees. But yeah, it's a nice few sales. Britney still sting. Well, God knows. Well, what she used to when she got her hair shaved off and nipping paparazzi running around like a complete, you know what I mean? But well, yeah, it must be. I don't really care, to be honest. They're going there. They'll be safe because they'll be packed tomorrow. I'll be packing them like proper. You could throw them off a bloody Stamford Bridge and they'll still survive better than the bloody team. No, it was on there today. I don't know how it got on there, but it was on there talking about eBay. It's only about 10 minutes, I think, on there, not long, because he just released a video all about the Vinted stuff. I think, yeah, because I saw other types of ones, like, I won't name other names, but people moaning about private sellers and other things. I was like, oh, great, not going to watch that because I don't subscribe. But yeah, but here it was on there, and it was like, bit of a shit show. Not from George's point of view, but from the eBay representative point of view, bit of a shit show. But way it is. So let's get right into it now. Where everyone's in. The cheers popping in, but I really appreciate like getting those sales because it's like supposed to be the first, second day of the Q4-ish. But I always think Q4 starts for me personally beginning of September. As soon as the August bank holiday finishes, September Q4 done, get it all sorted out. So I've got loads to list and try and get everything done, as well as edit videos and family life and you name it. I've got other trips planned as well. So let's get into it. Firstly, eBay. So let's have a gander. Hi Ian for popping in. Appreciate that. Let's get on to that one. No, I want to go to present, share screen. Because you want to share the entire screen. Up to there. You want to share myself there as well. We've got here. Have you got it all? No, you want to go there. No, just try and get it Ah, there we go. That's what we want. I want the whole screen out. I think that does it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I might as well just do that one. But here we go. We've got changes to private seller fees. And new benefits for business sellers. Blah 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 blah. Coming seller fees. Because I did a YouTube short on this the other day, or was it no yesterday? Starting Tuesday, the 1st of October, private sellers will not pay fees when they sell on eBay.co.uk. In addition, we've got new benefits for business sellers. So the one-to-one protect fraudulent support, and the one-to-one support. So you've got protection against fraudulent returns and the one-to-one support. Apparently, helping private sellers help your business. Personally, the only person who helps your business, well, the only people who help your business is firstly yourself by making sure you list stuff on these platforms and you actually be able to get your store across to people from around the world. Also, by doing that, secondly, people can come and view. Social media really helps with that particular on your business. Because apparently, I do it in a sec. Apparently got support to help grow your business, but eBay support usually it's not very good, but it might be okay. Because no, eBay is better than Vinted though. But apparently, they released it in Germany a while back, right? A free sale program. A lot of new customers joined their marketplace and started selling. All those new customers didn't just sell; hundreds of thousands started buying. If that was the case, that would be great. But you've got to think to yourself: how am I going to promote my eBay store, Vinted, whatever? How am I going to promote it? How am I actually going to think? Right, is this looking really good, sharp? Can I put out a newsletter? Can I do promotions? Can I do this, that, and the other? Because my store front looks really well. I think it looks really good the way I've got it. You just got to market across because there's millions of people, millions who look at eBay, but then there's still millions who don't. Because you've got to contend with all like millennials. You've got to contend with young people, pretty much, who are Vinted, realistically. So then it says down here about better protection against fraudulent returns. We are dedicating additional customer support to address fraudulent returns more effectively, ensuring faster and simpler resolutions. If that was the case, that would be brilliant. Because I always get a fraudulent return once or twice a year. You also get more credits for the cost of postage if a buyer falsely claims an item is not as described. In that case, then eBay got to clamp down on what they know, what the legislation is about buyer falsely claiming an item is not as described. Because I've had it before when I know the legislation and the eBay rep I've spoken to that doesn't. But then you can go onto eBay for Business on Facebook and try that way. But I don't tend to use their online AI service. It's shit. Or you can just book a call. What do you want to call eBay for? I want to call eBay the one-to-one. I'm not knocking it. It's just the way I find it, right? And I sell on eBay, and I've got it down to a T. Well, myself anyway. But what I've seen on Vinted over the last number of months, been on there as a buyer, because I looked at the Vinted, the way you can list on there, it's piss easy. Like what you can do on Facebook Marketplace and other places. List 2 seconds, 3 photographs, bang, done, wallop. There's always all sorts about Vinted coming up. Then you've got more steps to address false private sellers, and you can learn more. Clicking learn more, there it goes into here. Discover new benefits for business sellers. Sell for business, protection against fraudulent returns, credit false does not describe claims. And you get one-to-one support, all more. It's all on eBay, so it's very difficult. Premium service of final value, boosting visibility. I think now I've got that 10% of final value fee, something like that. But you got to be top rated seller on that. But it is a very difficult thing. As soon as eBay do one thing, now Vinted becoming like a. Are they bigger than eBay? They're near enough. They put out what they put out today. I'm thinking, you know, on that legislation's a bit like, to be fair though, I'll just list on eBay and sales come, they come. I'm checking out Vinted as well, the Pro, because you need a UTR number. The unique number when you do your tax, you get like a number. And that. So I looked at it today, registering the Pro seller, and I was like, okay. I didn't. I was just sorting it out, and then I was looking at Instagram and all the issues with that. So what do you think, guys? Putting it out to you. What do you think? Let me know in side chat. I was watching after the video's finished. Put it in the comment section below. We'll just read your comments. Try and reply. By the way, Pat, just to say, did you go to the local car boot and how was it? How was Hook? I went to Apps Court, by the way, last week. I didn't find out how good that was. Hook. So yeah, it's just one of those things with eBay, because I think I've also got some stuff on my phone, just to have a look through. Because I try and get some legislation. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Yeah, unique taxpayer reference number. That's right. Oh no, that's not that. Okay, no, I haven't. I thought I did. Because I was listening to Cheryl on Instagram, and she had the point. Anyway, just continue what you're doing. If you're not listing, then you're not going to sell. Pretty much. And I know the fees are astronomical, and they did all the free fees for private sellers up until January. Yesterday, when the eBay fees came out, so it's £92.40. I'm in a medium store. I did work out roughly the other month if I could drop down to a basic store, because it's like 12p a listing when you go over your listing limit. 250 listings, disgusting. I could do 300 or 400. Would be nice for a business. And I was totting it all up. Took me a while, and I thought myself, the amount of listings I've got, if I go over it 250 up to 500 odds, it costs me more overall, or roughly the same. I can't remember now. But the other thing is, apparently, on the old grapevine, eBay have been messaging private sellers, doing a batch at a time, and telling them, "Oh, excuse me, you're on a private account. That's not allowed. You need to get to a business account, and we're forcing you to do it." Apparently, they're forcing people to go out to business accounts. But it's only on the grapevine, as it were. But all I can think of is eBay started this by doing the old clothing thing, free clothing for sellers and all that. And then the private thing up until January, and then it's going to cost a bit of money for private sellers. And Vinted have come and go, "Oh, I've just seen that. Let's go up to go up to our Pro, release it early and muck it up for a bit," which they did. And then, sorry. And then, like, I think eBay will come back to with something else. I guarantee. I think personally they will do something else very shortly, next month or two. But we have to wait and find out. We've got a question from Lana Vinty. How about moving down to a smaller store and then putting your excess listings onto a Vinted Pro? It's always a way of doing it, because I wanted Vinted Pro to come out to have a look at it. I may do that once they've got Vinted Pro working properly. So that's what we'll get into in a minute. It's always something that I would like to do to try and. It's getting warm in here now. Always does. Put my excess there. I've got excess unlisted stock that I want to put onto Vinted. But yes, I will try that onto the Vinted Pro once they've ironed out all the excess issues that they will have. To be fair, Chris, that is a valid point. Don't get me wrong. I can understand that, right? And I've got a lot of stuff on my eBay that I will need to look at. Not that, well, probably over 100 items I need to look at price-wise. I've had on for a long time. It's just like getting the item across. I think, am I right in saying on eBay you can download your photos? I probably got the photos somewhere on an external hard drive or something. But some of these photos are like, or listings, I should say, were like 2019. Most are post 2020, post COVID, but a lot of them, well, a few of them aren't. Let's have a look. Some in there. Let's go into my eBay store. Let's take it off there. Summary, my eBay. There we go. Let's go through a listing. Time to flip through the listings. Just go grab the latest one I've done, and then flick. Okay. Let's see what Derek said there. Right click the photos and click save. Okay, let's do that one. Right click photos, save as. Let's try that. See if it saves that one. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. No, I didn't do it. I'll have to look into it though. But there would be, hopefully an easier way to do it, like your bulk photographs. But something I can do on eBay to save the photos. I've done the list. Yeah, I think eBay will. Whether they will announce it or just sneakily put it in, I don't know, but they will do something. Yeah, might as well. Just send it over Facebook or something. Basically, or on an app, use a new photo. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's what I would do, because going through take a while, and that, but it's just waiting for Vinted to get it right at the moment. You know, no, it's saying web page, single file, yeah, or HTML only on that. But I will figure it out. Don't get me wrong. Anyway, let's get out of there. Let's read the chat. But as I say, I would like to put some items over across to Vinted Pro, see how it goes. But I will wait a little while just to see if I iron out all the issues I've got at the moment. I click photos, web pages. That's an idea. Pasting the paint. That's a very good idea, Derek. Pasting the paint. Let's quickly have a look, because you need something quick and easy to do once you want to put your older listings through eBay right onto Vinted. Because I don't use a cross lister. I don't see the point of cross listing anything. No, I'll have to look through anyway to get the photos and stuff. Or alternatively, I'll just mark it down, mark it right down, and then flog it off cheap, or put bids on or whatever. I've got 509 listings anyway, but it's something to look through and work out. And then obviously the other stuff that I piled up for Vinted Pro, then put it on. And then anything I could, cause I wouldn't want to put loads of gear on Vinted Pro, just a small amount to kind of try it. Stuff that I think will go quicker on Vinted. It's easier to use. Anyway, in Tango, 2 pints, cheers popping in. Yep, we're all good. What surprises by getting the bloody website already? They're probably pissed off to Barbados. Nein, eBay gum. Oh god. Oh. Right. Okay, let's have a look down the list. But yeah, that's eBay for you at the moment. Surely we'll do something else. Just to cap 3 fees for private sellers up until January, and then they are going to be charging people fees, with the free clothing thing. And apparently they're already telling private sellers to go to businesses or force them to go to businesses. That's on the grapevine anyway. And then what Vinted did today, which will surprise a lot of people. Surprise. Let me just let's have a look. I shall read that first. Hi Pete. Something in. Hope you or someone in checking out. Can you send offers out on anything you're selling, just with ones where send offers appears above your listing? I only the ones where send offers appears on a listing. So if you go to like your eBay homepage, and then you can go through, and it should say you've got watchers, and then you can send offers and stuff. Hope that helps. Let me just go through, present, share screen, because this is the bit more. I know. Let's go through that. My phone's gone off. See what that was. A sale? No, a load of rubbish. Okay, we'll look at it later. That's the one I wanted. There we go. That one. Yeah, try it on there. So now going to Vinted. There we go. Did it actually go to full screen or not? I'm gonna try to make sure it goes to full screen. Yeah, there we go. That's full screen. That's what I want. Vinted Professional. So you sign up to Vinted Pro. You go and put your email address in, and then it asks you for like details and your UTR now your unique number. So your UTR number, your unique taxpayer reference number, and then go through. And then once you're vetted through, I've seen it on Instagram. You vet it through, and then you can register and go through the pro seller. So you register in the pro seller on Vinted, UK, Netherlands, Italy, France, Spain, Portugal, Luxembourg, Belgium. Vinted Pro page, convert to a current account. Your current account. Apparently, there's a bit of an issue with converting your current account to Vinted Pro, because you have to leave it a week for all your current sales to go through, and then you can do it. Otherwise, just create another account and another email, another phone number, and then you'll be all right. But the palaver when I signed up to Vinted took me forever. Yeah, it says here you cannot convert all that when your bank account switching to Pro. And you got your sole traders, your charities, blah 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 blah, addresses, usual stuff that you need to be able to be a pro seller on a Vinted. Let me know if you have been able to get into as a pro seller on Vinted and what your thoughts are as a pro seller on Vinted. Hi Neil, just popping in. Appreciate that. Yes, I find that they prompt me to promote for at least a week before they let me send an offer. Right, okay. Yeah, I'd send offers when I get them. I'm on eBay. Here we go. I've got a message. It was on Instagram. I took it. What the fuck? Yeah, talking about what you can sell, what you can't sell. Pro sellers are not allowed to sell in any cosmetic items, beauty devices, sell a large number of brand new items or items with tags, provide made to order or item rental services, handmade items, commercially or as a crafter, resell items in bulk. So if you've got loads of items that you brought, you can't sell them in bulk, practically. So I'm like, right, okay. It's a bit random. Yes, pretty much, Chris. Yeah, when I signed up to Vinted, it's the same with your email address, though, Chris, on Vinted. When you sign up, if you've got an account, well, I signed up, cocked it up, right, and had to create a second email address because the first one, it was like a certain amount of months, many months anyway, that you have to have that on there before you can switch over to your other email address that you want. I was like, right, okay. And that's the same with when you create a second number or a second account for Pro. They need a new email and a second phone number. But who carries a burner phone these days? Or a second phone? You ain't the bloody king. No. Only certain people do, like one of my mates does, type of job he does. Paint, decorate a building, that sort of thing. Fair enough, but not like most people. One phone is enough. Yeah, he needs another one, but most people don't. So that's a bit of a problem when you get into another account for Vinted Pro. Not much with changes with the free to sell thing. Any private sellers in the past who are doing any volume took bunch of bi-weekly 8% offers. Correct, yeah. And there's not a lot of changes, but also, Neil, they're getting hot on private sellers now on eBay. That's what I've heard on the grapevine, and they're telling private sellers to go to business accounts on eBay. Yeah, if you're talking about eBay, yeah, definitely it'd be easier to have a business account. On eBay, correct. So you got here, like what I was seeing. I can't remember who it was now. Someone on Instagram said that the seller and the person like yourself who's selling the item pays a buyer protection fee, which comes out as like a random fee, like we're doing eBay, not like what we do with fees on eBay. That's this on Vinted Pro. So say, I think the item that this person was selling was like £25, £30, the way it was. It was £2.50 protection fee for her to sell the item. So that's would supposedly give you protection for like when something goes wrong, apparently, because what I've heard through people who sell on Vinted, that the the Vinted, I should say, better, the Vinted customer service is not very good, apparently. It's very difficult to get your money back if something goes wrong. Also, people who have managed to get through to Vinted Pro on limited companies have had the check progress for hours and hours and hours on stuff they've sold. So they've sold it, but they've got to check the progress. Vinted have. I don't know whether that's an issue or what. You know, I mean, I think Shell Resells has had that, which is kind of annoying when you sold 1, 2, or 3 items and you got to wait for it to process the check. I'm sure that's like a smaller issue that they've got to iron it. Get Freddie Mercury on the case. I want to break free. And apparently, the payments on Vinted Pro, they could take up to 14 days. So I've sort of seen on Instagram that apparently the payments take up 14 days, which is a bit weird considering eBay you get yours pretty much straight away or weekly, whatever you've selected, which is a good thing for eBay to do. But I'm sure Vinted will iron it all out. So that's a weird thing for Vinted Pro, but I don't know too much else about Vinted Pro Lite. Exactly, it's just what I've been looking at on Instagram. I know George Ross recently, as of tonight, has released a video on it, so I will look at that later on and see what's what. But I'm just trying to work out, because I want them to iron out any issues with the check progress when you've sold items, and it goes going round and round and round, and then you're waiting 14 days for payment. If you can get past check progress when you sold something, and can you sign up as a sole trader at the moment? I don't know anyone who's signed up as a sole trader. Everyone who's signed up at the moment, a limited business. Right. Don't get me wrong. I think Vinted Pro is going to crack the market. It's going to wipe the floor of eBay. eBay have got to get round that table on the 15th floor of whatever office they are, wherever they are, or in Richmond upon Thames in their eBay headquarters, which is right down the road from where I live. Get off their arse and sort something out to keep business sellers on your platform. Not just say, oh, we do this. Reduce the fees. Make an alternative to the medium shop. It's a big jump from the small shop to the big shop. Anyway, you know, I did star a one here. Also here with Lineup Vintage earlier comment. He's sticking with eBay because he buys on Vinted. Buys on Vinted, but I think there are too many scammers. Very, very, very true. There's a lot of scammers on Vinted. Because I looked at Vinted and looked at through and thinking, that looks a suspect item. Is that been nicked? Or is it... I've heard horror stories. I've seen horror stories online where people go, oh, I've got it in a plastic bag, or I've got it in nappies and it's broken. And as I said, you get little customer support on Vinted. It's a good thing that the buyer pays like the postage. That's great. It'd be easier if that happened on eBay. Well, I'm saying that, but there's a way to cock it up anyway. But I'm thinking, you know, I'm not against Vinted. Nothing against it. It's good to buy on when you got like a just a normal private one, whatever you do, normal account, buy stuff to try and keep or resell back online. Unstart that, so I don't need that anymore. Hide current comment. That's right. But Vinted Pro, like, it's got the hallmarks of being an early Whatnot. Whatnot's a different platform altogether. Buying and selling live, like me to you, and selling this and putting like a price in and going bang, sold, done without any listing. But they've got to iron out all the faults on that. Richard says there has a second phone for eBay. Never switched it on though. Don't want my personal number shown in the business section of my eBay listings. No, 100%. And that's what you got to do for your Pro. You got to have all your business details on that as well. Because I looked at signing up earlier and I thought, okay, I'm not going to do it yet. Just iron out all the issues. Yeah, if you sign up and you've got some listings to put on there, I would. But who's to say that Vinted down the line is going to charge you fees? Vinted Pro, that's it. Charge you fees. It's all to do with the next move. I think personally that eBay is going to make. You know, it's got to sort of iron itself out, and don't forget all the issues with the general product safety regulation coming in on the 13th of December. Don't forget that. Stick in the back of your mind for now, but don't forget it at all. That may put the nail in the coffin for a lot of eBay resellers to switch over to Vinted. But I don't know how much hassle Pro is going to be. But until you do it, you don't know. Derek says there that's the one they can use for bulk scanner. Let me go into there and have a look quickly. Oh, damn. Bulk scanner. Okay, cool. I'll have a look at that. Cheers, Derek. Let me just save that now for now. Bookmark that there. I'll look at it later. It's easy enough to use. I can see where it is and how to use that. Simple as. Let's go into some comments. So comments, put them in the comment section below. On Facebook. Cheers, Derek. Yep, appreciate that. Lovely, lovely. I've got it here. Okay, I'm sorry. Cheers, Derek. Appreciate that. No, I'm just looking. I've just like George just put a post out there. Creating your pro account, all on Instagram started. So he's registered. Apparently, he used his national insurance number. I don't know where that is gonna be. Hi, Michelle, just popping in, talking about the Vinted Pro and all the eBay issues at the moment. And then we get onto StreamYard. Fellow sole traders, use your national insurance number. Really? I thought it was UTR number you needed. Okay, I'm not. Okay, that's just a bit weird. They can do that. Anyway, let's go down the list. Definitely could do with more inclusive listings. I mean, 100%, 100%. Because it's like £92.40. It used to be £90.80, but it's £92.40 on a medium store on eBay in UK, and it's disgusting. But you got to make some sales to get it back. You can do that like easily, but most people who are small, like myself, sort of have to work out how they're going to do that. If all Super Shaggy says there, just pop in. 14 days is a buyer wants to return an item, something is wrong with it, and you can get the money quicker if the buyer clicks everything. Correct. That's what I learned when I was looking at Vinted itself many months ago. But that was the same thing on Poshmark that happened, and it took days and days and days. When one thing I sold, it took about 4 days for the buyer to click it. If your buyer doesn't click it, then you got to wait up to 14 days, more like 14 days. I know it's for the return as well, but you can get it quicker. As you say, the buyer clicks everything's okay. But will they though? There'll be a lot of issues on that particular. It's going to be a bit weird. Hope all is well, Michelle. 2 things I would do, says Neil. 1, don't allow private sellers to promote. 2, deny access to the history research tool. 3, stop charging fees on postage. Correct. This is eBay's Neil was talking about. Yeah, you don't want. Yeah, you want to sort of reduce a lot of the things business sellers can do. Yeah. Yeah, fees on postage is disgusting because it's just like it can be quite a lot when the postage is quite high for a bundle of items, a heavy bundle. Down the list there. Richard saying that prefer buying and printing my own labels. Too much faff scanning codes in the shop when you have loads of parcels to send. Yeah, I do my postage on eBay online anyway, through eBay, and made me parcel to go over when you're using Yodel. But it's a faff when you got. I've never ever done that. Scan a code in the shop or print out a label in the shop. I can't be bothered because half the shops don't have it anyway. You can't do it. But yeah, that's like Vinted itself anyway. Like, but it's difficult. I've never sold anything on Vinted, so I don't know officially how it actually works. So I'm assuming like you have to get they send you a label or something like that on Vinted. I have to work it all out. Hi TMG, Twitch popping in. Hi Tom. Oh, as well, mate. Catch you later on. But yeah, it is just trying to work it out. But if you look, so I'm going to go back into that because it's a weird thing. If you look at Mr. Ross, I just want to have a look there down the list because he's put his for his pro account. He's for apparently for Sole Trader. Apparently, he's put his national insurance number in. But that does look a bit suspect though. He hasn't put his UTR number in. Just his national insurance number, a bit suspect though. So I could try that. Let me just save shit. Save that. Screenshot that. Let's have a look. Come on. There we go. So when I save that, so I don't forget, I can. Cool. Lovely. That's that done for now. Screenshot that. It's a bit weird though. They put his national insurance number in and it worked. Let's go down the list. Done there. This shows some successful pro badge visible. Okay, so he's got in that as a sole trader, George. So, okay, that's an interesting thing that George put up there, that he's got in using his national insurance number instead of his UTR number. Still suspect though, but I'll have to have a look. Who we got? So Limelight Vintage saying if Vintage sold prices are less than eBay, it may work out the same profit on each. Selling for 20% less on Vinted is the same as selling on eBay for 20% more and paying fees. If that makes sense. Yeah, it makes total sense. I understand that. Yeah, definitely does. If you're selling like less on Vinted, less fees, that's if they don't add more fees, because you've still got the seller pays buyer protection fee on Vinted Pro, because someone had it up on a screen on Instagram earlier, and I was like, okay, I didn't realize you pay a protection fee on Vinted. Maybe they're banging it back out on Vinted Pro. It was £2.50 on I think it was a £30 item the lady sold. Forget who it was now. This is my thing that I've been wanting for years, to make eBay basic for users. A lot of people can't be asked and don't have the time to add a million bits of information through on the eBay. Like when you add up, it can take 10-15 minutes to do a listing. 10 minutes if you're doing a clothing listing, you know what I mean. So if you're adding like your title to a listing, then you got your pictured through, your item specifics, and then you've got your condition, description, your pricing, your postage, and then all this GPSR, whatever the hell it is, your general product safety regulation balls. People are going to go right off eBay. As Neil says, make it easier. Reduce the photo content. Force them to use simple postage. List via app only, no access to templates. Yes, I used to reduce the photo content on eBay. I don't exactly mind having 24 photos if I need it, because what you're doing is covering yourself, Neil. You're covering yourself. If you've got like an item that's got like an electrical item that's got a barcode on it, and you photograph the barcode because people switch it out quite consistently. But I understand, make it basic. Like, you've got to do less description, less item specifics on eBay. I don't list via app. I've never, ever listed a single item on eBay via the app. I put photos on the app, but I've always found issues like on the app. They're disappearing or they've not added on right, you know. But there was an issue today on eBay, just as they've learnt from Vinted. They've got Pro. As I said earlier, I sold the Risk board game, right? Sold the Risk board game, and I went into it. I thought, okay, what have I sold? Oh, I sold Risk board game, a Risk board game, and I got into it. Got 1 out of 7 photos there. As you can see, I don't know if it'll do it. I won't do it now, but it did keep going to 1 photo. When you click it on the app, you clicked on the item. Oh, it did that then. It did it. I don't know if it'll show up. It's not showing up now. But if you go into your sales, it comes out with 1/1 photo, and it was for a while showing just 1 photo, the main photo. So I had to click out of it and go back into it again, and then it would go to 7. I don't think it'll work. No, it's too slow there. No, but it did go to 1 photo, especially when I did that. Got it up and then got back, and it went to 1 photo. But I thought, what a time to have an issue like that. Stupid issue. It keeps doing it now. You click into it, it goes to 1, then straight away it goes to 7. So that's a boring ass issue from eBay's point of view. So on Vinted, you get codes to scan, can print a label, but it's not as easy as it is on A4 rather than 6x4 label. So it'd be easy with label printer. Oh, great. I'm not bothering to go down to a shop and scan stuff and I can't be asked for that. Get codes to scan. So as long as you can print it on a normal printer, I'm happy. True, yeah, true. Business, like percentage of business versus private, especially on eBay, if they're going to catch anyone out. But apparently on the grapevine, they are catching people out, telling them to, or force them to go to business, as business sellers. But if you're selling loads of items anyway, and you're doing more than £1,000, then you've got to go to business anyway. That's the easy thing to do. If you're just selling a couple of items a week and that's it on eBay, fair enough. But I don't know how, like Vinted for a long time, what I can kind of work out has been like catching people out, like shadow banning them off Vinted because they're like a private seller, but acting like a business seller. With New Pro, if you can get in what Mr. George Ross has been doing with his national insurance number instead of your UTR, then they make life a lot easier. But then it's a bit suspect though. You're not using your UTR number. Hi George, thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. I did like your video about your little short video about the eBay and Vinted. that was great. You used those little animals. Oh, I see what you mean, Neil. I thought you meant for business sellers to use. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't get that at all. If that's for private sellers, then go back to Neil's comment and do all that. Yes, force them to do all that, so they have to come as a business. And also, eBay, if you would love to reduce the shop fees, that'd be brilliant. Make something between basic and medium. You'll still get money. You won't lose people. You gain more. Anyway. Oh yeah, I saw that earlier. Yeah, I saw that, George. Yeah, I saw you were live doing listing. Yeah, it's great to get now at Q4. You got to get back into the listing phase. Oh, it's fine on printer. Good. Okay. Vinted, eBay. No, that's like what Cheryl was saying. Pound Girl. She was saying a couple of things. Firstly, so nothing's changed for her on selling on eBay. And the second thing, she was thinking about coming back to YouTube, but whether she will, hopefully, because I remember Cheryl on YouTube before as Pound Girl reseller. Ooh, stiff. Antoinette says, I think eBay are probably rubbing their hands together. We're all focusing on what they've done for product sellers, then concentrating on what they haven't done for us business sellers. Well, yeah. But I think it always happens like at the wrong time, coming up to Christmas and all that. Plus, like we focus on that too much, spend all day and going on, or do 2-3 days going on the Facebook, going on Instagram, go on TikTok, do videos, do this and do that. But what you don't realize is you need to concentrate on your business. If it's your main source of income, you just got to think, okay, it is bad, but I've got to look out for the bare basics, what's happening. Okay. But what you got to think about is if Vinted are going to be really successful with Vinted Pro, then a lot of sellers will be leaving and the market on certain types of items be less flooded, so you can be able to be a bigger seller on certain items. Um, um, you know, yeah, but just concentrate on your business. Neil says there he installed the Vinted app today. Interesting to see what the number one shopping app on the App Store Vinted look like. But shit, to be fair, I'm not maybe I'm not used to it yet. Maybe. It isn't as professional as eBay, nowhere near, but it's easier to list. The only downsides of it is customer service is crap on Vinted. You get more issues with buyers, and if you're a buyer, you're more issues with sellers sending things in nappies and crap boxes and paper, you know. And what with the buyer protection fee you got to pay as a pro seller, and the payments that you could take up to 14 days anyway to get it. But I think it's easier to list anyway on the Vinted. Since I want to get them to iron out all the issues. Antoinette says there they could have increased our free listing, simplified item specifics, done away with fees and postage. Antoinette, they could have done a lot. If they'd have done that, then I think Vinted Pro, or should say Vinted itself, would need to had something else in place, but they haven't. I don't know why. I'm not sure. But all really I'm going to have to do myself is just concentrate on listing this Q4, because we've got all this other stuff coming in with the GPSR, whatever it is, all that stuff. Will they make us do it? I don't know. But this is another annoying thing for sellers to think about. Neil says there he installed Depop a couple of years back. The place was full of idiot scammers, almost as bad as Facebook Marketplace. I've heard Depop isn't great for like to sell on, but you've got to make the most of it, really. But if it's full of scammers, then it's no point. I think more of Vinted being like an only car boot sale. People like bargains on there, whereas eBay you can ask a proper price. Hence why so many resellers use it to source. Yeah, because a lot of resellers use Vinted to source, but eBay you can ask for proper price, like the Risk, like the Risk board game that I sold for £20 on Vinted. You wouldn't get that. But it's just easier, I suppose, to list it and sell it, I suppose. But if you got an issue, where would you turn to, though, on Vinted? I don't know, really. It's trial and error. But I will really see if George's, what he's done, George Rossington, I call him George Ross, has actually, what am I going on here for? Got that correct when he used his national insurance number rather than his UTR number, URT, whatever it is, reference number. I'll have a look at that. I don't know. It's a bit. Right, that's I said my piece about that. Just to clarify, I still like eBay. I think it's a good platform to sell on. The fees are very ridiculous as always, but I sort of suck it up. I need to put more time into listing items, producing prices, stuff. Q4's coming up, so it's good practice to do. Yes, they're promoting more private sellers, but once January comes and the private sellers have to pay fees, then they'll be off to jump to other platforms. Vinted, we shall see if it's going to be working correctly. I reckon for a few weeks it won't be. They're just getting you bare basics because they're running a bit scared of eBay as such. But then they thought, you know what? I'm going to put my Vinted Pro out, put it out today rather than 14th and get it sorted out. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have a look because I've got a lot of items to sort out on the Vinted as well. But yeah, definitely like car boot sales on there. I understand that with the car boot sales. Yeah, once car boot sales are finished up in a month's time on that, in most places, then Vinted have become more popular for buyers. What do you think of Spock and Gumtree? You mean Spock on these sites? Never sold on Gumtree. I was selling on Spock around before COVID and through COVID up to about 2021. I think midway through 2021. Had issues with Spock, and it was all to do with someone sending me an item, some Harry Potter books, and I was like, why we send it in wrapping paper? And it's all bent and buckled and horrible. So I gave up in the end. So I was selling stuff locally on that. I wasn't going to ship it. No way. No protection on Spock. Right. And I'm like, okay, I didn't bother. And then when I went back about a year and a half later, they were trying to make you sign in, trying to make you pay for it all. I'm like, I'm not paying for it. I'm not signing in because it used to be free and no sign in. But I don't know about Gumtree. I just use Gumtree for ads, the adverts for jumble sales and stuff. That's all I use that for. But no, I don't like Spock at all. I used to, but not these days. Hate it. George, that's interesting, George. Very interesting. That's a point that could be readily said, but using because he uses NI number and it worked, but I have to wait for all your orders to be. Oh, right. With me, I've got no orders, so I could go straight away. Why, if they're making you use your UTR number, whatever it is, unique number, right? So I use that, but then you put your national insurance number in that section, and it worked. Something's going wrong there. As long as that's okay, and you don't get bollocked for it, it's fine. Richard says there he had a load of sealed Monopoly games, was regularly getting £18 on eBay. He couldn't get £12 on Vinted when I tried. Some of the offers around 7 and 8. Personally, I think there's more chances on Vinted than there is on eBay. And that's mainly down to the adverts, I think. Getting false information from adverts online for Vinted and stuff. But I get that. George says there, but you have to give them the UTR number when you send the HMRC form off through Vinted anyway. I think they're doing it bum out boob, to be honest. Right, okay. I've not done it. I've just looked into it and I looked at the UTR number and okay, I'll have a look another day because I was a bit busy today, varying things and all this stuff. Okay, right. Yeah, because obviously that's oh, whoops, daisy. Press button onto my full screen. Yeah, because that's like what I did with eBay years ago, sent like through HMRC, because I did it online through HMRC and stuff through eBay. Well, yeah, there's always going to be teething issues through Vinted as they're on the pro thing, but I'm sure they get it right. But I'll have to wait for a few videos, not just the ones from today, but for a few weeks, see how people are getting on through Vinted Pro. Sure, you'll do one, George. I look out for that one when you do your Vinted Pro one in a few weeks, if you do one. So that's that. I want to get back in, or I want to get into StreamYard, because they've been mucking about StreamYard, because they might be getting excommunicated soon. So let's go through here. Present, share screen, entire screen, there, that. Go into that one there. StreamYard. Right. So I was originally paying around £8. Well, I was originally paying £20 a month, which is a bit excess when I first joined for a while, and then with like Andrew Money Mental, he found a deal for Vinted. He found a deal, sorry, for StreamYard, which was about £8 roughly, because they all do it in dollars over there in the US, of course. And I was like, that's not bad actually. I'll accept it. It was apparently it was a lifetime offer thing, you know. And recently they've done it in America, where they've just transitioned you to a different section on there with different features. And I was looking at my account, because I paid my eBay bill yesterday, and I was looking at StreamYard and going through them and thinking, right, okay. And going, why am I being charged 34 quid, wherever it about like what it was? I'm like, I look into it, log in and sort it out. And now I realise that they put everyone through. You can see here, we introduced 3 new subscription plans: Core, Advanced, and Teams. Each new plan comes with an essential own unique perks, including brand new features. These plans have replaced our legacy non-business subscription, offering essential, starter, basic, professional, premium, and growth, right? And then they say in here, customers on essential, starter, and basic plans will transition to core. I was on the basic, I think, if I remember rightly, and paying £8 on a lifetime deal, which should have been initiated on the lifetime deal, but they went above that and thought, no, I'm not gonna credit that. I'm gonna make you go into a core account, £34 a month. I think, who can afford £34 a month just to stream? There's other streaming places, right? It's a bit of a shit show from StreamYard, to be honest. I've been looking at video after video after video and short after short, and people saying the same thing, UK, US, all sorts. And it's just, why would they do that? You can see here, Core, Advanced, and Teams. They just transition people randomly without giving people an option to say no. And they charge people. So I was charged £34. I'm like, why? I don't particularly use all the features, unlike Chris from Cooking Hayden's. All the advanced features, and that. Yeah, simplifying orders, and you can see here plans, 3, core, and advanced. 44. That's what I'm on now. I don't really use logos, overlays, but what will happen is I will lose my overlays and have the StreamYard logo back once I go back onto free. I'm going to go back onto free. I'm not going to pay for core, sort of advanced, and sort of core. I'm not going to do it. Why should I pay £34 a month, something that it's too much. £8, fair enough. I can understand if it goes to a tenner or 15 or £12. I get it, inflation every so often, but not from £8 on a lifetime deal, which I've not acknowledged at all, up to like £34 something. They can get stuffed. So I'm going to choose free on that. I still get 6 on stream participants, streaming limits, which is like 20 hours per month. So I can still do bits and pieces. I just won't have any overlays. For example, my overlays I've got here down the bottom where it says my Instagram, eBay stuff. Fine by me. That's the price it takes. Why should I pay $44.99, 34 whatever it is per month? It's just another inflation from StreamYard. Whether they're going broke, I don't know, or they're being Billy Big Bollocks, thinking they're all could charge this because of whatever. Don't see the point. But I'm just going to go back to a free plan because I have messaged them through twice, and they've just come back with the same standard email. It's pointless, so I don't see the point. Really, I lose my 1080p. So it don't really matter. You still enjoy the lives as I are, because I used to be on free plan before. It was just like, why would they seem to do that without telling you? Well, they might have told someone. I didn't get the email. As you can see, they just transition people, because I messaged people in some of the chats I'm in on Facebook, and I was like, just be aware that if you were on a basic plan, you might be put through onto a core plan on StreamYard, be charged £34. So yeah, something to look for. So what I will be doing, stop that now, is going on to a free plan for StreamYard. Still can stream and have 20 hours per month. That's perfectly enough. Even if there's a 5-week month, 5 Wednesdays, I'll do an hour and 20 minutes per week. Yeah, it's up to about 6 hours roughly, or might be more. So that's fine. But it might be not full HD though, which is the only shame. But in this day and age, I really want to get like to save as much money as I possibly can, because life in general is going up. We've got coming up soon in the UK is a budget. I think it's in October. When's the next government budget? 30th of October, a next budget. Because the last one took place on 6th of March. So the next budget is going to be disgusting for like older people and the winter fuel payments and other things, right? So I've got to tighten my belt somewhere, and not pay for something they have been paying for. So they can stuff the core on StreamYard. I'm going to free. So let me know what you think about that, and do you use StreamYard or any other streaming platform to do live streams on? Oh dear me. Yeah, 100%, George. Like, it's another thing that is gonna affect StreamYard. I think a lot of the American folk are doing the same thing because they've got other live streaming platforms they can use. I used to use YouTube, but like when I first started, it was Google Hangouts, and then this came along, and it was a bee's knees to start with a few years ago. Hi Neil, just popping in. Hope you're well, mate. Cheers. Yeah, it's just a sad increase. That why would you do it and not tell people? Well, tell me anyway. You know what I mean? I don't know why you would do that. No, I get that 100%. I was only using it the which was the this basic plan that I had, and um the £8 now that I was paying because I got that deal, like when it came up, managed to just about get it. Because I thought I was getting a lot more viewers, and it was worth it, worth the £8. I sort of subsidised that £8 throughout while I do my bills, you know. And as you say, there, it's not worth it. It's not. I'm not a mega channel because you've got to have like something like Nick and Andrew's sort of views if you're doing it every week to sort of warrant the £34. So yeah, it's just cut down that £34.99 a month, which is X amount per year, and stick it into something else. Whether you save it for a rainy day or you put it back into the business. You know what I mean? It's worth saving. Yeah, 100%. George, I've not used YouTube Live for ages, but I don't think you can highlight on that. But I know what you mean. I'm just going to go to the free plan on StreamYard and do it like that. Very much so. Very much so. We've talked about the eBay and the Vinted, the usual that's been running for 2 or 3 days. Pro, Vinted, private sellers, all that. And we've talked about other, well, we haven't mentioned names, but we've talked about other people who've made wacky videos on moaning about private sellers, saying no names. But we're talking about StreamYard plan that they're charging X amount more for from the basic to the core, which I'm now going to go down to a 3. Well done, well done. Oh, I tried OBS, Neil. I couldn't get my head around it. OBS. Last time I tried it, I just got so confused how to use it. So here used to use OBS when he did live streams. No, I just like when you press a few buttons and it works. Free. I used to use that beforehand. Then I went up to £20. I think it was $20, which is where it was back then in pound sterling on your conversion rate. And then I went up down to £8 roughly. It was £8, then 7 something. It roughly worked out. Depends on the pound to the dollar, what it was each month. No, it's horrible to use. I used it once for gaming and that. It took forever. Yeah, 100%. It's easy way to kind of do it, you know. That's what I was told. That you use the free StreamYard. That's what I'm gonna do exactly. But cheers, Poppy and Nick. Um, I'm expecting Vinted not to recognise a partnership when I set up my pro account. Lol. I fully expect the computer will say no. Yeah, true. But there is also that particular video that you could make if they decide that the partnership, you're on the old X. Where we do it. Yeah. Computer says no. Wherever it is. I can't remember from Little Britain, but yeah, I know what you mean. Because you can do your because as I've been saying, that George Ross put his what do you call it, a national insurance number in, and then you have to put your UTI number in for that particular through there. So they've done it all weird, but I have a go at it when I can. What's that? What's happening with that live bidding show selling platform that was all the rage earlier this year? Is it still a thing? What do you mean, Whatnot or Tilt? I don't know about Tilt. I've never heard. I think I've like one person or two used it before, like Chris cooking Hayden's. But others, oh, just a random comment on one of my shorts. um, yeah, Whatnot's still going. I don't really know many people in UK in the reselling community who are actually using it, other than Nick, Zahir occasionally at 7 o'clock at night. No, actually, no. Come to think of it, he's been doing a lot lately at 11 or 12 at night because he used to do earlier. Um, and luxury pickers do a lot on Whatnot. Same with John Luke and his missus and Chaddy Pete, Lola. I think they do occasionally, but even Brum Reseller has said he ain't going to do that many via Whatnot. He ain't got stock for it. And what with the postage that's gone to Royal Mail, stupid that, really. But I'm just thinking, like, it was nice to see and how it worked out. It looked pretty decent, but I think it's going to stay for a while longer, more than Poshmark did. Now it tits up straight away, realistically. Um, no chance. No, I don't know, because George Ross seemed to, but he's supposed to be put in as a sole trader, but don't know. Yeah, as I mentioned, Whatnot's still going, but I don't think it's as big as it was. 100% died down. Yeah. No, not in the UK. No, you can't put all your eggs in Whatnot unless you're like John Luke and his missus or Luxury Pickers and a few little others. Like I think Reselling Polly does well, and Philippa Flipster or can't remember her name. She does a show on there. But other than that, I don't think it's very viable, really, for a lot of people. Yeah, I think you've got to have the stock. As you well know, you've got to have the stock for it and the like sell-through rate. Pips of the Flipster, that's it. She does pretty well now. Seen a couple of her shows. I really chuckle in a couple of months if Vinted goes bust and eBay has millions of users listing for free. Personally, I can't see Vinted going bust, but I can see Vinted. What they're doing now is reeling people in. And what they're going to do is once they've reeled a lot of people in a month or two, like from now, then they're going to go, right, let's close the door, shark. I've got you. And that's it. And then they're going to change the game. Maybe in a good way. Maybe add more fees. I don't know. But if you don't do it, you won't know. That's interesting, Nick. Because obviously you get the insider information. The rumours is that eBay will roll out a buyer's fee next year and move to that model, basically copy what Vinted do. Right, okay. Yeah, that's what I've heard today. That was mentioned. Like, yeah. And also mentioned that the private sellers will be paying, yeah, paying fees next January. I know. I don't know. We've had it with Poshmark. We've had it with Whatnot. We've had it with Tilt. We've had it first with Vinted as getting banned because I'm a private seller and selling X amount of stuff. You know, if you don't know, then you don't know. course it was. Yeah, it's the same as in football. The top teams are always going to be challenged. Top people, top brass. You can't be Sir Alan Sugar for many years without getting challenged. So Tom Jones, you can't be. You know what I mean? You can't be the top dog all your life. You need to freshen it up a bit because younger people will want different things. And so quick, boom, 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 done. They don't want to waste ages listing, going, I'm listing sounds like, you know what I mean? It's not viable for what they do. They want quick, easy. It's like going to a fast food restaurant, Burger King, grabbing quick meals. You know what I mean? Neil says there, I don't think there are many people in the UK that don't have an eBay account. I don't know where the influx is coming from, unless it's a young crowd. Personally, I think it's a young crowd. People that are younger than, I would say, 25, really. Because it's more like TikTok shops than Vinted and stuff. I often go, like when I go out and I hear people going, oh, I'm listening on Vinted or buying this on Vinted. Because I was on the bus the other day, last week, with a mate, and I heard someone mention Vinted. Oh, I buy on Vinted a lot. And don't mention eBay, it's mention Vinted. That is so true. Yes, you got one big platform, Blockbuster, was king once, and we could rent out videos and stuff as a shop chain. And then they, as George says there, to buy a chance to buy Netflix, and obviously that didn't turn out very well in the end. And now Netflix is massive everywhere, and Blockbusters is gone. Antoinette says she has 4 children over 20. They use Vinted to buy and sell, but never use eBay. Neither do friends or work colleagues. No, I do personally think that eBay really next year need an overhaul. They really need an overhaul. They've got to try Vintage method. They've got to try something like that, because it's just, you always see a Vinted ad. I get it all the time on the when I'm watching videos on my phone or on the telly or whatever. You think, okay, you do get a couple of eBay ones, but yes, definitely. The younger generation jumped onto Depop, Vinted. The eBay, I can't catch up with it. Oh, they are definitely, because when I was younger, like like eBay was in its infancy in the mid 2000s, and I've been buying on eBay for years, and even before I was a reseller, and just thinking, okay, this is pretty simple. And I was buying games for my collection before there was a tank in the market in a lot of games, and it went sky high. Because I was doing the old bidding wars all the time, trying to get games, and I couldn't get them, but sometimes I could. And I remember years and years and years ago, like I think it was like a year or so, or maybe a couple of years after I this is my first thing on eBay. I went onto an auction on eBay, and I just put a penny for a pair of football boots. I think I've still got the football boots actually. In the end, I sold. In the end, the auction ended after 7 days, and it was like 1p. I'm thinking, right, but these days that'll be flipping sky with many people, but it's just, But how, as I say, Nick says there, but they like eBay's very slow and complicated. They want to just list and list and list. Like, young people, haven't got time to be mucking about. Whereas us, the Well, I'm a millennial myself, but from a millennial upwards, I've got more time on their hands. And what with me, I'm always computer-esque anyway, so eBay's pretty simple anyway to use. Um, um, Nick said exactly that. The eBay seller accounts originally, and eBay reps actually agreed. Good. So they should. They should implement it as soon as they can. Really. Um, oh, definitely. I used to love sniping on eBay last second. You used to love that. I used to set up all the like I would call it basically I just used to set it all up, add it so I don't forget, and then just go be able to snipe. And it told me like the applications come up and it goes, oh, I've got 7 out of time now. Oh, I'll go and snipe it. I can't remember what sniping tools I used to use, but I know I used to use some sniping tools, and I used to get a few good bits back in the day. But all I'm going to say is progress isn't as good if there's no competition to spark a rivalry. That's what you've got to think about. Progress. It's like the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady wins the race. eBay is a tortoise. The hare is vintage, going full pelt through. A bit like if you watch the old show Wacky Races, where Darcy and Muttley went a million miles through, do all the traps and all the usuals, but in the end they'll get bollocked. They wouldn't win. Very, very, very occasionally that they would. But some of the others who are chugging along, like the cavemen or the German guy or whatever, not German guy, yeah, whatever it is, and the maybe pit stop and all that, they would do well. I would find slow and steady wins the race. You can't just charge into things. You've got to look at it from a certain point of view. If you like, still consider young, but yeah, I get it. Nick says there, I still buy on eBay to flip back on eBay. I've never looked at Vinted yet. I've looked on Vinted, but never brought. But I get what you're saying. You can still find bargains easily. Neil says there, the kids were fast and dirty based online shopping fix. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the kids want a fast and dirty app based on online shopping fix. eBay's app doesn't provide this, but does provide immensely frustrating, complicated, and unitive platform. Yeah. They basically want an Amazon where they buy it and it comes next day or come the same day. They don't want to wait. Well, some of us don't mind waiting because we got used to it. It's so hard because I was born in 1990, and I find a few years after that, like in the mid 90s, compared to what age they are now, it's just I don't know what will happen in a few years' time. I don't know, but we got to take it as it is on the chin. Just concentrate on your business, list stuff as it's Q4. Just make money as much as you can before all the other issues come into effect. If you go into Vinted Pro, let me know how it goes. I should be looking at that ASAP. Let's go down the list. Amazon did one-click buy a few years back, and its profits skyrocketed in further. Correct, yeah. And that's what young kids want. One click, and that's it. They don't want to wait. They hate waiting. Use a site called Bidnip. Never heard of it. I can't remember what I used. Let's have a look at sniping tools. eBay sniping tools. Um, yes, I've seen Big Napper here. Did I use that one? Uh, um, can't remember now what I did. I can't remember. I know you used to use varying things anyway, but I can't remember anyway. So um, let's have a look there. But I know I used to use some sniping tools back in the day. I'm just gonna have a listen and I'll try and end the stream soon. It's getting to that point when to end it. Um, Case in point says Neil Peters. Nick's recent encounter with the inexperienced seller with the red noses. He lost money on selling. True. Yeah, true. Yeah, I think we are used to all the glitches, patches, updates, and eBay system. Anyone new or anyone used to simplicity of Vinted will run a mile. Correct. Yeah, exactly. But there's only a certain point where we can be like, well, one knows, forceful smiles, think, why again are going to be patching it, glitching it, updating it? It's like we haven't got time. It's like when I play online, playing Fortnite. It's the same thing. I get a couple of hours some nights to play online, and if I've got a big ass update, or they're patching something, or something goes wrong, or the internet goes down, or something, it's like, well, same with eBay. I've only got a certain time due to my busy life and look after my dad and all the rest of that to do listings. I want to get on there and go boom, 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 done. But it doesn't always work like that. Yeah, definitely are very big and cumbersome. Course, correct. Q4 list. You talk to eBay employees, they're often frustrated as we are. They know the failings and the problem. They hear it day in, day out. Of course they do. They just got to relay it back to their bosses and then them to do something about that. Issues. Exactly what I was saying about the people higher up. Yeah, exactly. No, but I did see Andrew's video, which I'll watch later. The news on that, Neil, is about a week and a half old. He's filled his warehouse already. So he's put a video out, and I should watch it later before I go to bed. So I've still got George Ross's video to watch. As again, I don't get much time to watch many videos because there's too much stuff to do. So you've got to prioritize when you're self-employed business. Right. Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember that. Yeah, it kind of what was. Oh, I was just like reading that, thinking, well, 9 Andrew probably. Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna leave it there in a second. Anyway, I remember. Richard says, I remember when eBay was going to move to a buy box system like Amazon. Thank goodness that never happened. Don't remember that, but you've been on many, many years more than I have. Right, I think I'm going to leave it there because it's been an hour and 44 minutes talking about eBay, Vinted, and StreamYard. So just to say, StreamYard, I'm moving to a free plan, ASAP, doing that. So there will be lives in the future, but there won't be any overlays like down the bottom or in the top right, as I see it. So you just have to bear with on that. I'll check out Pro and all that soon as, and I'll just be listing normally on eBay because it was a weird thing, as I said earlier, that I got 4 sales today. That could be just people searching through, but I personally think most of those, or even all of those, weren't really aware of the issues, unlike us resellers. But I'm still happy, and I think Q4 for me is kicked in. So crack on listing, see if I can get on pro. If it happens, it happens. Don't, it don't. But I'm still here doing my usuals and the videos and stuff on both channels. Don't forget my other channel, Quack Attack Gamer, for gaming side of things. So there'll be more YouTube shorts and more games I play live. And on this channel, I've got plans to go varying places through for Halloween and stuff, and more reselling content. As once again, like, share, and subscribe. And keep subscribed for more content at Peter Ray's Adventures and Quack Attack Gamer, my gaming channel. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks everyone for popping in. If you've got any comments about all this issues and stuff, and pop it in the description below. I better go before my throat just goes. I'm talking too much once again. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye.